Don't hold back, let it ring out loud. We was blind, but now we see through the cloud, through the pain, through the fire, through the trial. We found that the word still calling when the world get loud. This the way, don't turn left, don't turn right, don't turn right. Hear a voice in the dark, yeah, it's God in the light. Even through adversity, we still stand and fight. Cause the foolish preaching bring the dead to life. Lift it up like a trumpet, no silence in me. If I see sin rise, I'ma speak what I see. They don't wanna hear it, they rather be free. But freedom without truth is captivity. World wisdom got them thinking they know the way, but they lost in the dark, yeah, they led astray. God chose what they call foolish just to save. So I preach even if they don't behave. Show Jacob they sins, no sugar, no glaze. This ain't hate, this correction, these righteous ways. Yeah, cut, yeah, sting, yeah, shake your face. But that pain turn us into better days. Bread of adversity, water of affliction. Still he teaching through the pain. That's conviction. You thought he left? No, oh, oh. Your eyes are waking up. Cry aloud. Don't hold back, let it ring out loud. We was blind, but now we see through the cloud, through the cloud, through the fire.
Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless. And your brother Nalvin, I got with me today.
Brother Jaden.
This is Trumpers of Israel presents the Real Eagles MC Squared, and tonight's topic is Ungodly Wretch. Ungodly Wretch. I probably should have you look up the term wretch, but we good. I'll just read it. Because I know people hear that word all the time. It says, oh, you got it?
I was looking for it. I don't think that's the definition you want, though. Let me see if I put Bible. You got one?
Yeah, so it says like wretch or wretched, a feeling of very unhappy, sick, or miserable. It can be described poor living conditions, bad quality, or something annoying that makes you angry. Very sad or sick, bad quality, annoying. Used to show dislike or frustration towards something. So some people, they get you, as you like to say, well, how does fish grease? Just piss you off because of the stuff they be saying or the stuff they be doing. So without any, one of the words is annoyance. It's very annoying. All the scriptures say irksome. Play the first video, then we gonna get into it.
Slavery ended in 1865. What replaced it was designed to do the same thing without the chains being visible. 1877. For 12 years after the Civil War, Black Americans rebuilt. They voted. They held political office. They built schools, businesses, churches. 14 black men served in the U.S. Congress during Reconstruction. Then the federal government made a deal. The Compromise of 1877 ended Reconstruction. Federal troops left the South, and the moment they did, the South moved to undo everything. They called the new system Jim Crow. The name came from a minstrel show character, a dancing, grinning caricature of a black man that white audiences laughed at. They named an entire legal system after a joke about black people's humanity.
So what he said so far is, yeah, slavery was over, but what they gave slavery another name. They replaced it with something else, showing you that it still would be a form of slavery. Yeah, the chains will be gone, but these laws that will be put in place to govern this group of people, you so-called blacks and Hispanics, will be just as sufficient to white Americans as slavery was, which is why you have minimum wage. Yes, everybody, or should I say, not everybody is on the same playing field. Play the video. Shalom, brother Nathaniel. Most High in Christ blessed to you and your gates, brother.
It was not a joke. States passed laws making it illegal for black and white people to share schools, restaurants, train cars, waiting rooms, hospitals, swimming pools, water fountains, bathrooms, cemeteries, and park benches. The Supreme Court made it official in 1896, Plessy v. Ferguson. The court ruled that segregation was legal as long as the facilities were separate but equal. They were never equal. Black schools received 1/10 the funding of white schools. Black hospitals had no equipment. Black train cars were the oldest, dirtiest cars on the line. Separate water fountains were not a minor inconvenience. They were a daily declaration that black people were subhuman. Voting was made functionally impossible. Poll taxes required payment to vote, in a region where black workers were paid almost nothing. Literacy tests were administered selectively, with impossible questions asked only of black applicants. Grandfather clauses said you could only vote if your grandfather had voted and their grandfathers had been enslaved. Black voter registration in Mississippi fell from 67% in 1867 to less than 6% by 1900. If a black man tried to vote anyway, there were other methods of persuasion. Between 1877 and 1950, more than 4,000 black people were lynched in the United States. Hanged, burned alive.
How many people was lynched? Over 400 in what time period? Right, a few short years, over 400 people was lynched. To this day, you still having our people being lynched. To this day, the worst, our neighborhoods are in the worst conditions. We got the worst streets. You see the buses that on your side of town are horrible. The mail trucks on your side of town horrible. We still have the worst grocery stores. The Food Line or your local grocery store that's a chain. You go out to the one on the white side of town, they look way better. Play.
Shot, dismembered, in public, in front of crowds, sometimes advertised in local newspapers in advance. Postcards were made, people sent them to relatives. No one was prosecuted. The Senate voted down an anti-lynching bill 3 times. Sundown towns passed laws, some official, some unwritten, requiring black people to be out of city limits before dark or face arrest, violence, or death. By 1970, there were an estimated 10,000 sundown towns across the United States, not only in the South. Convict leasing rebuilt slavery under a different name. Black men were arrested for vagrancy, the crime of not having a job, in a region that refused to hire them. Then they were leased to coal mines, plantations, and lumber camps as prison labor. They were worked to death. Literally, the death rate in some Alabama mines reached 40% per year. It was slavery. The paperwork was different. Black Wall Street was the name outsiders gave to the Greenwood District in Tulsa, Oklahoma. By 1921, it had its own hospitals, hotels, law firms, and banks. Black doctors, lawyers, and business owners had built one of the wealthiest black communities in American history. June 1st, 1921, white mobs, some deputized by the city, invaded Greenwood. They set fire to 35 blocks. They shot people fleeing their burning homes. Some accounts describe planes flying overhead dropping incendiary devices. 1,200 homes destroyed, 300 people dead, 10,000 black residents left homeless overnight. No one was charged. The city used the cleared land to build a highway. 6 million black people left the South between 1910 and 1970. The Great Migration. They went to Chicago, Detroit, New York, Los Angeles, seeking work, schools, and the basic right to exist without fear of being murdered. The North was not what they were promised. Redlining, a government-sanctioned policy that marked black neighborhoods in red on official maps, meant banks refused to give mortgages in those areas. Black families couldn't buy homes, couldn't build equity, couldn't accumulate generational wealth. A white family who bought a house in 1950 saw it triple in value by 1980. Their black neighbor, denied a mortgage for the house next door, did not. The wealth gap between black and white America today is a direct mathematical result of those policies. Jim Crow began falling legally in 1954. Brown v. Board of Education. The Supreme Court reversed Plessy v. Ferguson. School segregation was declared unconstitutional. The South responded by closing public schools entirely rather than integrating them. Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a Montgomery bus in 1955. She was not tired from a long day's work. She was tired of giving in. The Montgomery bus boycott lasted 381 days. Black residents walked miles to work every day for over a year rather than fund the segregated system. The buses desegregated, sit-ins, freedom riders beaten on buses, children knocked down by fire hoses in Birmingham, 4 girls killed in a church bombing. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 made racial discrimination in public places illegal. The Voting Rights Act of 1965 restored what the 15th Amendment had guaranteed a century earlier. Jim Crow, as a legal system, was over. What it had done to black wealth, black education, black health, black land ownership, black political power, and black generational stability over 90 years was not undone by 2 pieces of legislation. Reconstruction lasted 12 years, Jim Crow lasted 90. Its consequences have lasted longer than both. This is just one piece of our history. Our real stories go way deeper. Discover thousands.
The reason why I let this video play, I know it was kind of lengthy, because all people have to, it's going to set up the whole premise for the class. So when you start having these people that look like you, but they inwardly, they're white, even though they got brown skin, they call themselves African American, or some say American. The things that come out of their mouth, the identity that they agree with, is of the people that have done nothing but harm us from the time we was docked on those slave ships. And their arguments, or their point is, and it's mainly gonna be about Brandon Tatum, because his brain is gonna be about him. And it's sad, because the points that our people like to argue is that, okay, it happened, but it didn't happen to you. But they don't understand the aftermath of these things that's been happening to a people for over 100 years. You don't want to identify the true root of a problem. And as an Israelite man, it becomes annoying, because you see our people shucking the job, and you see our people cooning, and it's like when you reading the scriptures, man, you be wanting to put your hands on them. You want to be like, shut up. You see what's going on with our people, and there's always a brother or a sister that want to stand up and cape for these people. The Bible calls them an ungodly wretch. Shalom, brother Parak. Most High in Christ bless to you and your gates. Hope all is well, brother. Philippians chapter 2 and verse 5. We're going to be a little video heavy today, man. Goodness gracious.
The book of Philippians, chapter 2 and verse 5. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus.
As repentant Israelites, you so-called blacks and Hispanics, whose fathers are Negroid and ending in descent, who are scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth, the children of the slaves. You are indeed the biblical Israelites, God's chosen people. When we begin to repent and make supplications and cry out to our God earnestly and start to repent, now we must form our mind as Christ. We must be as he was. We must follow after his teachings, according as it is written. The problem is we want to follow after a doctrine that's given to us by our slave masters, which is known today as what? Christianity, and things that fall under that umbrella. We'll be here all day talking about that filth. Proverbs 29:12. Shalom G Pop, Most High in Christ bless. Hope all is well, brother, with you and your gates. Hope all is well.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 12. I lost my page.
You good? Good, brother.
Verse 12. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked.
Our oppressor, all they do is hearken to lies. Everything they teach you, everything that they show you about yourself is a lie. Use monkey swinging from trees. So you came and put monkeys to build houses, to build things that we still can see to this day. To build the infrastructure of your country, you came and got people with no knowledge, no wisdom, no understanding, no particular skill set. Nah, you know exactly who you was coming to get. But it says, if a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. Meaning, if we as so-called blacks and Hispanics take on the mind frame, if we take on the nature of the people that oppressed us, and we believe in their lies, and we hearken under their lies, and we try to follow after their tutelage and their politics, their policies and their procedures, then we just as wicked, and we just as lost as the lie that's being taught to us. Case in point, they call us black people by our skin brown, but we regurgitate it wholeheartedly. Ask people all the time. It's funny because we be at camp and you literally see somebody have an aha moment. Hey man, what's your nationality? Oh, I'm black. Brother, hold your arm out. What color is your shirt? Oh, my shirt black. What color is your skin? Some people say black. Brother, is your skin black? Oh, nah. What color is it? Is it brown? Oh. You literally see how people have an aha moment. And it's from years and years of programming, years and years of just hearkening unto lies. This started before they was even born. Now the Lord sent his prophets out into the streets, and we have to undo all this madness that our people have subscribed to. Read.
Verse 13. The poor and the deceitful man meet together. The Lord lighteneth both their eyes.
And the Lord lighteneth both their eyes. Read.
The king that faithfully judgeth the poor, his throne shall be established forever.
The king that faithfully judgeth the poor, his throne shall be established forever. Do we give right judgment from our oppressors? No. They come up with these schemes and they come up with these systematic ideals and plots to pigeonhole us into things that are ultimately going to be destroyed or going to destroy us. Case in point, you just use the NFL. How many times you see a team just being ruins, right? Well, let's take basketball. Let's take sports in general. How many times you seen a team in ruins? Team sorry as hell. What they do? They hire a black. Then they hire a black coach. They want him to do the unthinkable. Then they say, well, we gave him a chance. Yeah, you gave him a chance when you didn't have no draft picks. Then you use him for 2 to 3 years to get all these #1 draft picks, build a team up, and then you fire him and hire the white coach. And then he come in and go to the playoffs. He come in and win the Super Bowl, and they be like, oh, Steve Kerr just came in, and that's Mark Jackson team.
Right. Got the black man doing all the dirty work.
Right, you got the black man doing all the dirty work. Right. He done got the draft picks because he really cares because he trying to prove himself. Then here come the great white hype. It happened with what? Lovie Smith, and it happened with Lovie Smith for the Bears. It happened with the 49ers when they hired old boy from Mike Singletary, turned the team around, and they hired the white boy. Bring him on in now. They do this. They play all the time, so they can say, "Man, we gave we gave the black coaches their chances. They just can't. They lose a lot. They're just unproven. No, you put them in the worst possible situation, and you expect them to perform. It's no different than the standardized test that they give our people. It's catered to how white Americans think. It's not catered to our favor. You already in the worst conditions ever. Your living situation is horrible. Randomly going home, no food in the refrigerator, lights off. Now I got to come to school and think positive. I got to come to school and pass a test. Well, my real life is in shambles. Don't know where my daddy at. mama on drugs, or playing the 304, or working so much she can't even be there for me. On top of that, I'm probably being raised by my sister, or I'm the older brother, so I gotta be the man of the house, and I'm 12, 13 years old. Everybody putting everything on my shoulder because I'm expected to be the next LeBron James because I'm actually kind of good at sports, or I can sing a little bit, or I can rap. So now I'm automatically expected to get some type of NIL deal. And we don't see how this have an effect on us as a nation of people. And all our people want to do is put on a cake for the white man and continue to explain his cause, the reason why he not the villain. America's not against you. No, you just have to work harder. You know, you can be so far behind that your hardest work it's like pouring a cup of water into the ocean. That's how far you behind. Jeremiah 7 and verse 5. And it's horrible for our people to think like this when you see the things that our people going through now and the things that we've been through historically. And to still look at your people and to have the makeup, like we went over a couple classes ago, creative player of your oppressor. We the only people on the face of the planet that carry about this way.
Said 7 and 5, right? Mm-hmm. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 7 and verse 5. For if you thoroughly amend your ways and your doings, if you thoroughly execute judgment between a man and his neighbor, if you oppress not the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, and shed not innocent blood in this place, neither walk after other gods to your hurt, then will I cause you to dwell in this place, in the land that I gave to your fathers forever and ever.
This is what the Most High always instructed us to do. Amend your ways. Turn away from following after idols, whether they be false gods or following after men that wasn't righteous, doing and following after their deeds. The Lord said, amend your ways. Change your doings. If you thoroughly execute judgments between a man and a neighbor. But we don't do that. We take the side of our oppressor. You got all these people trying to come up in politics and make a name for themselves, and the leg they have to stand on is because they successful. Some of them went to college, some of them didn't. But I'm successful now. You can make it in this man's system. And they use these handful of people. It's like if I buy a bug zapper, right? And it killed 3,000 bugs, but 3 get in. Would you say the bug zapper work, right? I can't. What our people do, we'll use the handful of people that fall through the cracks and say, see, it's not oppression. See, it's not systematic racism. Look at me. Look at him. Look at her. You got 3,000 people over here that's been denied, and 4 people that's standing right here saying, see, it ain't the system. Brother, you proving the system. You proving my point. I can see if it was balanced. It's not even close to being balanced. Man, that bug zapper don't work, bro. It just killed 3,000 bugs. Only 3 got through. You proving our point. You saying it's not systematic racism. You saying it's not policies and procedures put in line when the video just told you. Redlining. They coming out with jobs. They coming out with policies and procedures saying that if you don't have a job, you can go to jail. On top of denying people jobs. What is it called? What is it? Vacancy? It's called vacancy or something like that?
Yeah. Vagrancy.
Yeah, vagrancy. You know, I tear a word up. Denying them jobs, and they say if you don't have a job, you're going into slavery. Taking them into coal mines and everything. And they dying at almost, they dying at a 40% rate. going into these coal mines. And you don't think that's systematically put in place? Are we going to put a rule in place, don't hire them, and then we're going to put a rule saying if you don't got a job, you got to go back, you got to go work for us. Well, I wouldn't even be here if you just gave me a job. That's wicked as hell. And our people, you got some of our people that agree with that mindset of our oppressor wholeheartedly. Verse 7 again.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 7 and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Then will I cause you to dwell in this place, in the land that I gave to your fathers, forever and ever. Behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit.
And this is the problem with our people. We trust in lying words that cannot profit us. We trust in it wholeheartedly. We trust in everything. We trust in this man's political system. We trust in his education. I'm not saying don't go get a job. That's not what I'm saying. We understand we got to provide. But our people, the problem is our people find their identity through this man's education. They find their identity through these sororities and these fraternities. They find their identity through this man's religion. And none of it is who you truly are. None of it is what God gave you. But then you stand on his side and defend him when you see the things that are happening to your people are very hurtful. When you see the things that are happening to your people are done intentionally. And you trust in these lying lips. And the Lord says, not go profit you any. And they put these bootlicking coons out here. They put them out here and say, look, no, you just not working hard enough. You know how furious that'll make a mother? You ain't working hard enough, she got 3 jobs. You know how infuriating that'll make a father? He got 2, 3 jobs, doing his best to take care of his family. He can literally see, I've been taking care of my family 10 years, 12 years. He can literally see his check don't go as far as it used to go. He can clearly see it. Oh, nah, brother, you ain't working hard enough. And then you got our people that get on these platforms and just agree wholeheartedly. It's irksome, man. It's very irksome. Isaiah 30 and 12. I'm trying to calm down, y'all. I apologize. It be making me mad, bro, because you be reading scripture where you see somebody just take a spear and just put it through somebody or grab them by their beard and just get to slapping them around. You just want to shake the dumbness out of our people, man.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon.
Wherefore thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, since you trust in lying lips, like we just read in Jeremiah, it's not going to profit you. Because ye despise this word, because you hate God's word. Whatever God tell you to do, you have a problem with it. You got to filter it through your oppressor. Well, that's not what the Bible says, bro. We're literally reading out of the Bible. What you're referring to is the doctrine that your oppressor gave you. God is literally telling you what to do, what not to do. I seen an AI reel today somebody created. Well, Israelite was going back and forth with a Christian, and it was just like, oh, see, brother, you wearing fringes because of Numbers 15 and 38. See, but you have yet to have the full understanding of what it says in John. It's like somebody put in the comment part, it said, hey, you forgot the part in Numbers 15 and 38 where it said throughout your generation. It just be one simple word that just obliterates somebody's whole doctrine. One simple word. Brother, are we still generating? What do it mean to generate? Oh, it mean to have kids. Are we still having kids? Yes. What Christians don't realize they just did is what? They just proved to you that we the Israelites. They'll go to Numbers 15 to 38 and they say, you ain't got to do that no more. Oh, so you saying we the Israelites. That's what you're saying. I know you knew it. You just want to side with the oppressor. You know we the Israelites. And for not following out the God's word, it's going to be a punishment for it. That's why the Lord say, ye despise this word and trust in oppression. The more you trust in oppression, the more you're going to see heartache, the more you're going to see pain, the more you're going to see destruction happening to your people. And perverseness, and you stay there on, you hooked on it. Just like Parat was going over this past Sabbath about your lust. It's very deceitful. It's very convincing till you line it up with the Bible. Read that one more time.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a branch ready to fall.
A breach ready to fall, read.
As a breach ready to fall,
Uh-huh.
swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
Right, it's going to be, you keep trusting in this man, and the destruction is going to be very subtle. But it's going to come instantly. You're not going to be able to stop it. You ever see people get swept away in the flood? Or a dam break? And everything in front of it, it just get washed away. That's what's going to happen to people that continue to trust in this man. Read.
Verse 14. And he shall break it. He shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel, that is broken in pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of it a sherd to take fire from the earth.
Right. The Lord saying, He gonna destroy it. And if you holding hands with this man and agreeing with him, then you gonna perish too. You gonna catch that destruction too. Read.
Or to take water withal out of the pit.
Lamentations 4 and 17.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 14 and chapter 4 and verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help, and our watching. We have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Jump on to verse 16.
Verse 16. The anger of the Lord have divided them. He will no more regard them. They respected not the persons of the priests.
They don't respect the words that's coming out of the Bible. All they want to do is argue with us all day. I don't care how many classes we put together, how many scriptures we put with it, how many examples that this man showing you that he wicked, you still got some people that want to side with them. So it's going to be a division. The Lord going to divide the sheep from the goats, the righteous from the unrighteous. It's going to be a separation. Read.
Verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help.
And your eyes going to continue to fail you for your vain help. You continue to trust in this man's systems. You continue to trust in things that he set up, and all they do is fail you. Oh yeah, man, they hiring black people now. A couple years later, they fire all the DEIs. You keep trusting in this man. Read.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
I don't care what political party you trust in. I don't care what sorority or fraternity you a part of. If it's not according to thus said the Lord, it's not going to prevail. It's not going to stand the test of time. I don't care how warm and fuzzy you celebrate some, bring your family together and make you feel warm inside. If it's not according to thus said the Lord, it's going to fail. It's going to get you judged. Read.
Verse 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets.
This happened throughout history. Our steps always been hunted. In sundown towns, doing Jim Crow laws. To this day, our people still being hunted. That lady that was hung, they said she was hanging like 3 or 4 days before they found her. Can you imagine that's somebody's sister? That's somebody's mama? That's somebody's auntie? That's somebody's daughter? Calling her phone, don't know where she is. Now, this ain't like my mama. She had 4 kids. This ain't like my mama. My mama answer her phone. Man, this ain't like my sister. Man, this ain't like cuz. Cuz usually check in every night. Can you imagine the turmoil that's going through your mind? And they found her hanging from a tree to the point they got to cover up her head because it's so imploded. And then you got the gall to say no autopsy not even been done, and you say you already ruled it a suicide. Man, stop playing in our face, man. Stop playing in our face. You playing. But that's the system that got you so far behind the 8 ball, you can't even do nothing if you wanted to. Because the first thing on your mind, I got to provide for my family. I got to get up and go to work tomorrow. That's why the brothers that's standing on this corner, these corners, teaching this word of God, we can't be bought. We don't care. You can't say, hey, nigga, if you keep talking about this, we're going to take your contract, or you not going to play, or you going to get kicked out of the NFL. We don't, I'm going to just put it to you straight. We don't give a damn. We don't care. We can care less. That's why the Lord said, I'm taking regular men that people don't prefer. The dude that's flipping burgers, the man that's driving the forklift, the man that you overlooked and don't hold him high regard. Why? Because these actors, these lawyers, not lawyers, these actors, a lot of these people that's in entertainment, a lot of people that's out front, they already compromised. They can be bought. Nah, we gonna teach how God said we supposed to teach, where God said we supposed to teach, and who God said we can supposed to teach to. These people hunt our steps, and people keep making excuses for these people. It's sad, bro. It's sad. Play the next video.
Ever since you've been alive, America has been the greatest it's ever been.
You think so?
100%, brother. You can name somewhere else that's better than America. And why don't you live there?
I'm not sure.
I know you're not sure because they don't exist. Show me another country that give opportunities for all.
This man in college, where you think he been at? How you think he done saw the world? You don't think he done been a whole bunch of places? Now you asking him a loaded question. Ever since you've been alive, America's been the greatest place on earth. How can you tell something? That's like me going to the zoo and me telling all the animals there, man, since you've been in the zoo, it's like me going to a little cub. Man, since you've been in the zoo, it's been the best it ever been, ain't it? He ain't never been free. You see how stupid that is to go to somebody that all they know is murder. This young man from the projects. He from the hood. All he know is what he see going on, and then you tell him, ever since you've been alive, America's been the best it's ever been, brother. Man, somebody just should have just dove across the table, man. Are you serious? And then you know he ain't been nowhere, so he can't argue but so much because he don't have the knowledge to argue. He ain't been nowhere. Brother, life just getting started. Play.
People like America.
Do you think we have the same opportunity as black people?
Yeah, 100%.
With a 200-year economic head start on us?
How do you don't have the same opportunity as somebody in their country? You having an opportunity and having the same opportunity is two different things. If it's, I'm gonna try to equate this the best way I can. If it's 700 opportunities, right, and 650 of them go to white people, and they got to divide the rest of the 50 up between other ethnicities, do you have the same opportunity? No, you don't. Because it's already, your piece of your pie got to get split between the other nations. Whereas 650, majority already done went to them. It's not the same opportunity. You already putting stuff in place for them not to succeed on top of them going into your school systems, learning about you, learning about your forefathers, just so they can get a certificate saying they passed your curriculum, Now they're going to go into your work field where it's already not many people that don't look like them there. And you want to tell this young man that since he's been alive, America's been the best it's ever been. For who? Not for his people. The animals in the zoo, keep all of them at the zoo, right? Who go home at night? That's like somebody work at the prison. Yeah, man, we all locked up together. Nigga, no, we not. This your job. You get paid to be here. This why I'm confounded to this. I'm oppressed. You staring at this young man telling him what he's seeing is not accurate. Man, brother, listen here. Play, man.
Nothing to do with that.
I don't have nothing to do with what?
The 200 years that you're talking about.
Yes, I do. Have you ever heard of...
It's going to be a lot of stopping part. How he ain't got nothing to do with it when he the direct product of it? His ancestors were slaves. How he don't got nothing to do with it? He the direct product. Play.
Generational trauma, generational wealth. My people don't own anything. I come from South Memphis.
And I come from Stop 6.
Congratulations.
In America, every single person has an opportunity to do something with what they have in their hand.
And we have nothing in our hands.
Look, everybody don't have a freaking silver spoon in their mouth. America is the only place.
They proportionately
Who
do.
is they?
Everybody else, man.
Everybody else like who? Are you saying white people?
You know what he
Brother,
mean. You know what he mean. He like, see, that's one thing I noticed about people like him. See, he took a play out of the Charlie Kirk playbook. I'm going to go argue with some college kids. Because you might know something, but you don't have the knowledge of it. So it's hard for you to articulate. Like, I can know something wrong, but I can't tell you why it's wrong because I don't have the, I can't articulate it. I don't have enough knowledge on it. Play.
You in the same situation as all these white people and you playing the victim.
Am I?
You at the same university? There's poor white people in this country too. Do you not forget that? Most people on food stamps are white. Most people incarcerated are white.
Most people in the country are white.
Most people get killed by police are white.
Most everybody in this country is white. What I'm saying?
And the young man, right? They should be. It's since y'all say they the majority, so most people that should be on food stamps is white. Then he turn around and say most people that get killed by the police is white. Boy, you lying. Boy, you. Where you ever seen a white man get shot? Where you ever seen a pregnant white woman get slammed on her stomach? Officer Tatum, now you lying. Now you lying. Play.
What does that statistic have to do with anything?
That if poverty was just relegated to black people, it would only be black people that are poor.
You talking on the script. I can't listen.
All right, come on.
See how he
Ever since you...
he annoying. He said if poverty was only allocated to black people, that's not the argument. We understand throughout all histories of period of time, whoever was ruling, it still was working class, it still was poor people in that structure. Even when you read in the Bible, or should I say, except when you read in the Bible, Solomon took care of his servants so well, when they came to see Solomon, they thought his servants was kings. He's like, oh no, we the servants. It's still a particular way where you can take care of your people to where they have enough. They're not scrambling and scraping for basic necessities. This country failed. Like, you can't say this country dropped the ball when you look at the thing that fall under the judicial system and under the branch of the government umbrella. Things that they supposed to be taking care of, they don't. Play the next video.
Do you think the white man is against you in America? Systemically.
No. Systemically?
Do you think a system is against you?
Systemically, yes, because we're built on a rocky foundation.
Where? On campus?
In every single
Okay, institutions. At this university?
Yes.
At this university, the white man, like, the system is against you?
You see how they try to boil it down to, like, they pigeonhole you into a narrative at this university. Yes, this university. How? Because I came to this university. What they going to teach me at this university? Is they going to teach him about himself? Is they going to teach him how great his people is? Is they going to teach him that the prophets in the Bible look like him? Are they going to teach him that he come from the bloodline of Christ? That he God's chosen people? Is they going to teach him that throughout the history of time, his people have always came up with amazing inventions that are still being used to this day? Is they going to breathe life into this young man? No, he got to fit inside their system if he want to pass. He can learn some things that might be true about himself, but if he don't answer according to what the book say, let's just say, they say, the book say Colonel Sanders came up with the KFC recipe, right? And he say, oh, nah, he scratched that out and say, nah, that's not true. And he actually named the person that came up with the 12 herbs and spices. You think they gonna mark it wrong or right? They gonna mark it wrong. So he got to answer according to that curriculum, that's a form of what? That's a form of oppression. That's psychologically oppression. I know the right answer, but I can't put it. Because if I don't put the right answer, I'm going to fail this test. Now I can't achieve in your society. So what it do? It make me suppress who I am, and it make me become less like me and more like you. And you got a nerve to tell this man that, do you think it's a systemic policies and stuff put in place? Yes, I see it. I live it every day. If I get into a fight and I close my eyes, do that stop me from getting hit? You want to see the punch coming or you don't? You still going to get hit. Play.
Okay, so we have a system in the United States where we were built on a rocky foundation.
Can we start here at the university? This is where we're at.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
I'll let you get there.
Right over there, if you look over there, we have the Memphis State 8, who integrated this university. Until then, my grandmother could not go here. My grandmother
we
went
also
here.
had our own universities.
We, yes, had our own universities, but not everybody can go to said universities. We are descendants of, keep this in mind, the people that wanted to come to this university and the people that wanted to go to Russ, to TSU, to Howard, were the descendants of sharecroppers, business owners that tried every single way for us to make waves in our communities. And the issue is that when you say, oh, well, we don't need to worry about the race issue here, you're completely forgetting the fact that we were not integrated. We were not integrated here. In the city of Memphis, we were not integrated much into the 70s. And the reason for all this is it's systemically put in place. I understand not wanting race to stop you. Completely do understand that. But we live in a society where our race is going to inflict harm and pain on every single thing that we do, even when we jump over hoops.
Listen, I do understand history, right? I took Africana studies in college. So I do understand the history of black people in America, all the way from Africa, all the way here. So what I'm saying is that there are things that people are using as crutches, right? Booker T. Washington, Tuskegee University.
You see how he didn't answer none of that? He wanted to glaze over all that and just try to get to his point. No, answer what he said. He's like, until them people did that, my grandmama couldn't even go here. The same people that built that university, their children couldn't even attend it. Oh, you got black colleges. What they teach in black colleges? A white curriculum. You know how I know? I went to a HBCU. You know how I know? Because when you go to a HBCU, they don't teach you to own a Fortune 500 company. They teach you to work for one. That's all they preach. And this in 2005 when I went to college. Yeah, I'm telling my age a little bit. This back then. They weren't teaching us to go own no Fortune 500 company. They weren't teaching us to build one. In the business administrating building, they was teaching us how to dress like them. They was teaching us how to talk like them. They was teaching us how to work for these Fortune 500 companies. To the point to where, and it's before locks started being accepted in the professional world. So a lot of people, when I was in college, that was graduating, they was cutting their afros off, they was cutting their locks off, This before the beards was cool in the professional world. You know who made a lot of this stuff cool? ESPN. When you start seeing a lot of sports anchors and what's his name? The one that used to say booyah. I can't think his name slipped my mind. It was a sports anchor. You had a lot of black sports anchors starting to have locks and starting to have some personality. So it started to be accepted in the professional world. It was literally a look where they tell you, you cut your beard off, you keep your mustache, and Stuart Scott, that's his name, and you cut your sideburns off in the middle of your ear. Guess what that look called? It's called the All-American look. That's what they call it. The All-American look. Shave your beard off, cut your goatee, keep your mustache, and square it off in the middle of your ear. It's called the All-American look. And brothers was having to do that. Sisters couldn't wear their natural hair. You had to conform to this man's system if you wanted to get a job. You don't think that's systematic oppression? Next video.
A country with zero natural resources has a higher GDP per capita than America. And that country is Singapore.
So he asked the young man, because he know he ain't been nowhere, name me a country that's better than America. It's one of them right here. It's Singapore. You can't even spit on the ground over there. You can't even what is it like in North Korea or something? You can't even chew gum over there. In Singapore, you get fined for spitting on the ground. Play.
And just a little bit over 50 years ago, Singapore was one of the poorest countries in the world. They literally at one point had no military, no economy, and no currency. And they fixed themselves with super basic economics. The first thing was that Singapore created mandatory savings, where 20% of every worker's salary essentially goes to a central fund that's paying for housing, healthcare, and everything else in society. But when they retire, they get all that money back. And on top of the 20% that employees are expected to contribute,
taxes out your check, they do what they want to do with it. It's used to fund illegal wars. It's used to fund the military. It's used to fund illegal researches on medicines that they funding that's gonna kill you in the long run. It goes towards everything outside of what you need. But Singapore said, no, we're gonna take 20% of your check and it's gonna go towards something that you need. Play.
Employers have to also give an additional 17% of their employees' salary to this fund, which is a huge reason why Singapore has $0 in pension liabilities. And unlike American politics, they make corruption career-ending. And in the last 60 years that Singapore has turned around, they've had 0 governors go to jail for corruption. While a state like Illinois has had 4 governors go to jail for corruption in the same time period. And as we know, Chicago and Illinois is one of the most debt-ridden states in the entire country, with over $100 billion in pension liabilities alone. So if some American cities want to get fixed, they should look at exactly what Singapore did. If you want more videos like this...
Why? Because America thrive off debt. Is the next video? What's the next video? Yep, play that one.
Where's a good place to live then, if not here?
Denmark? Japan?
He didn't have the knowledge to argue back and forth, and he knew that. So when Brandon Tatum threw the bait out there, name me a country that's better than America. He know that young man ain't got the knowledge to do it. But sit down with somebody that understand what's going on around the world. Somebody that understand debt to income ratio when it comes to a country, when it comes to job security of a country, when it comes to health care of a country. See, he gonna explain why people think America the best place on earth, he gonna tell you, yeah, and all the things that don't matter. So yeah, if you want to come here and get rich quick, if you want to come here and be over sexualized, or get your rocks off, or get your lust catered to, America's great for that. But everything that matter, America's horrible at it. You can Google this. They say out of all countries, America is ranked 27th. Yeah, your military is strong. Clay, shalom, Rail. Most High in Christ bless, brother. Hope all is well with you and your gates.
Even France, Germany. The UK has a little bit of the American disease, but not nearly as much.
So if your kids came to you and said, Dad, we're thinking of leaving the United States, should I move? Should I move out of the United States?
Yeah, I would say that's a perfectly reasonable thing to consider. And where are you going and why, and what's your
I'm thinking of going to Denmark, Dad.
If they'll have you. No, in the things that really matter, life expectancy, health, safety nets, murder rates, mortality rates, in everything that really matters, yes, they're day and night better. In the things that don't really matter but look really splashy, we have enormous quantities of wealth created that go to a relatively small fraction of the people. And that dazzles in terms of the average because that's how the numbers work. If you look at how well off the bottom quartile are, America doesn't score well at all.
It's plain and simple. But people believe the American dream. People believe it. Proverbs 3, start at verse 1.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments.
Why is this important? Because if you don't know what God requires of you, if you don't know God's commandments, somebody like Brandon Tatum will be able to come persuade you to think otherwise. Somebody that's of the good Christian faith, somebody that's a God-fearing, a Jesus believer. Somebody will be able to remake you in another image. Somebody will be able to tell you lies and allow you to believe them. But once you start to remember who you are, keep God's commandments, now I understand what God wants for me. Now can't nobody tell me who I am. Because God already told me. Verse 31.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
And our people envy this man. They envy him. They want to be just like him. Read.
Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
And all we do is choose his ways. All we do is want to be assimilated into his society. All we want to do is fit in with what he say we should be doing. To the point to where we can't even think for ourselves. I graduated from here. I work here. I have this. The white man says, since I have this certificate, I'm better than you. I made it. Why can't you? Brother, you're literally proving our point. Yes, some people are going to fall through the cracks. But if all us running the same race, and in front of me is quicksand, it's a hurricane, it's swamp, it's barbed wire, thorns and thistles, and everybody that don't look like me, they got a clear lane. When we get to the end of the race, the person that one say, yeah, man, you got to try harder, man. We always in the same race. Yeah, we all was running, but we all didn't have the same lane. Some of our paths are a lot clearer. Some of our lanes are predicated in a best case scenario. It's like if you ask an NFL quarterback, hey man, you want to go to a team without a line or a team with a line? What you think he gonna say? He don't care how fast he is. He don't care how strong his arm is. He's like, man, I need somebody in front blocking for me. But this is how they treat us. They overlook every obstacle in our way and say, well, you in a race, so you should, we on equal playing fields. No, we not. And for somebody to push that narrative, it's an evil and it's a wicked thing. And it's showing that you choosing the mind state of your oppressor and you choosing his ways over your people and first and foremost over your God. Proverbs 10 and 18. Y'all with me?
The book of Proverbs, chapter 10 and verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
He that hideth hatred with lying lips, and he that uttereth a slander is a fool.
That's all we've been seeing from Brandon Tatum in these videos. He really hiding hatred with lying lips. He's lying, but it's showing you the hatred he got for his God, the hatred he got for his people, and the love he has for his enemy. That's what the Lord is showing you. The Lord called it hatred. And he that uttereth a slander is a fool. All you doing is lying. All you doing is caping for your oppressor. Play next video.
How you doing?
Good.
Let's have some fun. I want to approach this from a place of curiosity, because the thing that troubles me about a lot of the way you structure your arguments is that it seems to suggest to me that you perhaps believe that there's some moral deficit that black people have that inclines us to commit more crimes.
I don't believe
guess
that.
I guess my question is,
So it is a such thing as sometimes two fools can be arguing. You ever seen two people arguing and both of them be wrong? This one of them points right here. You gonna see a man in the back while he arguing. It's the dude, the bald head dude. He arguing his point, and it's gonna be a dude in the background do this. I'm like, bro, you can't make this stuff up. Play.
what do you think that moral lack is?
I don't really think it's I don't think it's a sweeping generalization that every black person somehow is born inherently evil or inherently a criminal. I think that there's different things that do cause people to fall down a path of committing crimes, which is what their fathers did and what their mothers did.
One might say context and systemic racism. Or
I don't think it has. I think it had much to do with racism.
No.
I don't think.
You see how he'll say this lying, you lying. How can you say it is things that's in place that causes people to fall in patterns? And then he say, oh, you like systemic racism? Oh, no, I don't think it's systemic racism. What is it? What is it that's put in place? That's stopping these people from achieving, or that's holding these people back, or that's a hindrance to these people. Is it something they put in place, or it's the environment that they put themselves in? Because we clearly seen that the government can destroy it. We clearly seen that the government can step in and take over. We clearly seen that if they wanted to, they can put stuff in place to help people. But they don't want to do that. Because they understand if these niggas ever rise up and start, and that's why you think they destroyed Black Wall Street. They did that in what, 60 years? The white man said, oh, damn. I wonder what this would be 200 years from now. That's how he think. Play.
It has, like for instance, we can isolate
Yeah.
criminal activity that happened in the black community that has no hand or involvement from white people.
Yeah.
You know, a young man deciding to grab a gun and do a shooting has nothing to do with white people. A young man having sex with 5 and 6 women, getting them pregnant and not standing up for his responsibilities has nothing to do with white people.
See, but when you tell stories like that, it seems to suggest
because we live in a country that promotes what? Whoredom. We live in a country that promotes promiscuity. Is that right? Thank you. We live in a country that promotes whoredom. Plan B commercials. Condom commercials. Feel like it have nothing on. Bare skin. Trojan. You promote whoredom, you promote it. So you can't sit back and say, oh, I don't have a hand in this. You literally promote it. You literally do it. You'll show a woman eating a cheeseburger and she naked, half naked. Play.
So you're saying that black people are responsible for all of that versus these isolated incidents, these mythical isolated incidents that you're bringing up. I guess
I'm saying it's personal responsibility.
Yeah, so you're saying
there's no white man there.
There's an epidemic of personal responsibility inside the black community.
I agree with
How
that.
do you measure that?
By looking at the effects of it, looking at what black people are doing over time.
So earlier, people have come up and given you a vast number of statistics that indicate systemic racism, inequality, poverty, education. It's happened over and over again. Yet you claim black people have an epidemic of personal responsibility, but you can't give a single statistic that indicates that. How do you
have
measure
an
that?
epidemic of personal responsibility. You see the outcomes.
Is it the rap music?
That's one indicator.
Yeah. It's rap music.
It's rap music.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Who wrote that song?
Let me get.
So this is the point where you start to see it started to get muddy. Because he asked him, is it the rap music? He said, yeah, I agree with that. I'm going to agree with you when you're right. Part of it is the rap music. But who put out the rap music? You can't just say it's the rap music solely when you own the radio stations, when you can literally control the airwaves, when you control what's hot and what's not. When what's pumped on radio stations all the day long. And you look behind these whorish sisters in rap, or these whoremongering men in music, these fake gangsters in music, who behind them? Some Jewish white man that done signed them to their record label. And done put millions of dollars behind them to put this filth out there. Then when you sit down with them in an interview, and you let your kids listen to this music, oh God, no, my kids never listen to this music. Or if a white rapper promoted this, would you put money behind him? Oh heavens, no, I would never do that. Oh why? It's wrong. I don't want this for my people. Well then, why you do it for the blacks then? I have to feed my family. It's literally an interview like that. It's Charlemagne and some white Jewish executive. I gotta feed my family. I got a family I have to take care of. Yeah, he'll feed his family at the destruction of yours. So you can't blame the rapper and not blame the person that's giving them the avenue. That's why Christianity had his mindset, God hate the sin, not the sinner. No, if I'm gonna blame the sin, I'm gonna blame the sinner too. Both of y'all wrong. The Most High say the deceive and the deceiver, both of y'all belong to him. Both of y'all wrong. Play.
Give you an example of why this is different.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example of why this is different.
Come on. Let's talk about rap.
And I'm gonna tell you how it has a negative effect on black people.
Yeah.
White people actually listen to rap music way more than black people do. They purchase it more. Mm-hmm. But black people are living the stuff that's in the music. Mm-hmm. White people fantasize of what it may be like to run up on your op and shoot somebody and kill them and go to prison.
Bars. Come on.
And selling dope in the hood to your own people.
Yeah.
Black people are living it. It's a reality. Yeah. It's reinforced. You cannot tell me that that's not a form of brainwashing.
I've listened to a lot of rap music. You know what I've never done? Shot up a school.
What does a school guy do anything?
I think you try to create this image.
That there's no,
this is what I mean by you seem to suggest that there's a moral
negative
lack.
No, you're saying that there's no negative.
There's some kind of lack that causes us to be more prone to violence, but you don't acknowledge any of the historical context.
Are you saying that there's no negative effects of brain?
Like it's some people that it's just not even worth. Like this argument is pointless because the bald head dude, he don't think it's nothing wrong with our people listening to that kind of music. He think it don't have no bearings or no effect on a young mind. Well, you can clearly look out in our community and see the opposite. Yeah, it's an effect on our people listening to that kind of music. The white man literally gave it a name. He literally called it the Lil Wayne effect. He literally called it that. It's literally white people that do studies on how music affect the brain in the black community. See, our people, they want to use quotes, and they want to use studies, and they want to use charts and characteristics and statistics when it come to proving a point. But when somebody else present facts and stats that's disproving them, now we don't want to use it no more. Now that information it don't matter. Why I don't? Proverbs 10-18 again.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 10 and verse 18. He that hideth hatred with lying lips, and he that uttereth a slander is a fool.
Mm-hmm.
In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise.
Right, the Lord, be quiet. Hold your tongue. That's why a lot of times we at camp, we just let people keep talking. Yeah, just go on, keep talking, utter all your thoughts. You gonna fool how foolish that is. Like that bald head dude that was arguing, he just, spit those bars. It would have became a point, like if I would have been talking to him in the comment, I'd be like, hey, bro, calm down. Calm down. You don't have to keep speaking on all my words because you're not really listening. Mm-hmm. You mocking me on the cool. You don't see people doing that in the on these big debate shows. Nah, you argue your point professionally. But our people don't have the mind to do it. We childish in our mind. Read.
Verse 20. The tongue of the just is as choice silver. The heart of the wicked is little worth. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom.
You see how important it is to be a righteous man, a righteous woman, to speak wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to your people? Because we see the opposite when you don't do it. We see the environment that we put in when you give people false hope through political avenues. When you give people false hope through a judicial system that's done nothing but hang them out to dry. We done put our hands in congressmen and chairmen and senates and representatives and mayors, and they continually let us down. The Lord gonna make you come back to him. Period. Read.
The blessing of the Lord, it maketh rich, and he addeth no sorrow with it.
This what our people don't want. They don't want the blessing from the Lord. They want the riches from your oppressor. They want reparations. They want that immediate gratification. They want 2 million followers. They want to go viral. They want that instant gratification. They don't want blessings from the Lord. Now, don't give me the energy and the knowledge and wisdom and understanding to get out my situation. Just fix it for me. That's why our people vote. Because you want your oppressor to just fix it for you. You don't want to do no work. Because with the work come what? Accountability. And you don't want to change. You want to keep doing what you're doing because it feel good to you. Not knowing you an ungodly wretch. Because you following after this wicked man. Read.
Verse 23. It is as a sport to a fool to do mischief.
It is a sport to a fool to do mischief. It's like a joke. Read.
But a man of understanding have wisdom.
But a man of understanding have wisdom. Read.
The fear of the wicked, it shall come upon him. But the desire of the righteous shall be granted.
The desire of the righteous shall be granted. Give me 1 second. Keep reading.
Verse 25. As the whirlwind passeth, so is the wicked no more. But the righteous is an everlasting foundation.
So it gonna come a point that the wickedness that is being upheld, the things that we take a hold of that are lies, it's gonna come a time where there's no more. And if you are holding on to it, if you are believing in it, you're gonna perish right along with it. Proverbs 12 and 16.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 12 and verse 16. A fool's wrath is presently known, but a prudent man covereth shame.
Right, cover shame. Why? Because you know how to carry yourself. You know how to act. You got some decorum. You got some discretion. You don't go on national TV and agree with somebody that says that slavery was the best thing that happened to the blacks. Oh, I agree 100%. Bruh. What? Hey, he don't speak for all of us. That man speak for himself and the people that think like him. He don't speak for all of us. Read.
He that speaketh truth showeth forth righteousness, but a false witness deceit.
Right, he that speaketh truth, they show righteousness. So with you speaking truth, you got to live it. You just can't speak it. You become a hypocrite. Read.
There's that speaketh like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. The lip of the truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment.
These lies might seem like they winning. The lies may seem like they prevailing and they making heads, but it's just the Most High allowing them to be subdued. Even when you look at certain formations in military, and that's how they say it. Even when you in military, when you look at certain formations were used to be a subdue, or certain formations were used to be hoodwinking to opposing armies. They would have a formation to where they would spread out, and the army would come straight ahead, and the center of the fighting army would start to sink in. So it would look like they're losing. But the whole time the middle of the infantry is sinking in, they're really making a circle. And before the other army can realize it, they look up and what? The army you're fighting against have circled you. Now you got thousands of men surrounding you. You lost, buddy. But it's you being strategic. That's what it is. These lies look like they winning. But the Most High is allowing it to look so. But the tide is starting to turn. Truth is starting to prevail. More and more brothers are going out to the streets. More and more people are waking up, and more people are learning who they are. Read.
Verse 20. Deceit is in the heart of them that imagine evil, but to the counsels of peace is joy.
Read.
There shall no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief.
You're going to catch a lot of hell. Read.
Verse 22. Lying lips are abomination to the Lord.
Lying, all this stuff that this brother Tatum, Officer Tatum been doing is abomination, just lying lips. Everything come out your mouth is a lie. Read.
Lying lips are abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight.
But those that deal uprightly, the righteous are a delight. Play the next video.
Niggas will say stupid shit like, I ain't oppressed. You know what Harriet Tubman said? She said, I would have freed so many more of my people only if they knew they were slaves. All niggas want is...
That's today. You know how many people argue with us on the corner? Oh, bro, I ain't oppressed. It happened, 3 weeks ago? Man, you see that car I got back there? See that Corvette? Boy, I work hard. I ain't oppressed. I'm blessed. All right, brother. You lost. That's what you is. It happens weekly. Play.
comfortable oppression. Niggas is okay with being oppressed as long as it's comfortable. Master only slapped that nigga 10 times. He only slapped me 9. I'm alright with that. We pick cotton for just 23 hours a day. Now, he didn't make us pick it sun up again, 24 hours. Niggas just want comfortable oppression. And the system understands that we'll feed these niggas hope. We'll feed them false hope. We'll give them 1 or 2 niggas to idolize, to put up on a pedestal, to chase. And it's achievable, but it's not achievable. The system isn't meant for everybody to win. Because if it was, everybody would be winning.
Systematic. Which makes it systematic oppression. It looked like it's obtainable. What the lie they tell you? Man, all you gotta do is to get one man, all you gotta do is work hard. All you gotta do is believe and pray to God. They ain't telling you what they doing in their office. You ain't talking about how a man just done turned you every which way but loose. You ain't talking about how you done sold out your people. When you go into these offices and your boss tell you, hey, when you go on sports TV talk today, you better spin the narrative on this nigga. You better not take their side. So you got all these black anchors, just all they do is just speak evil about their own people. But when the white boy do something, let's not jump to conclusions, Frank. Let's let all the circumstances come out and let all the facts come out before we start jumping to conclusions. Brother, his girlfriend literally doing the interview right now with both her eyes swollen. One of her eyes got a damn Super Bowl ring imprint above it. That of the team he played for. Well, we don't know if he did it. But when it's the brother, hang that nigga. Get that nigga, get him. He did it. He ought to lose his job. He ought to learn how to act. He ought to have some respect. He ought to be thankful for Mr. Kraft giving him a job, and they be praising these NFL owners and that. He ought to be lucky he gave him a job. He ought to be kissing Jerry Jones' feet. That's how you do your brother. You don't have no love for your brother because you've been bought. You say lying lips are abomination unto the Lord. You know it's a lie to go out there and lie to your people about how you achieved something that you didn't do. That's a horrible thing, because now a person believes all I got to do is pray to God. All I got to do is work hard, and I can be like Kevin Hart. I can be like Jay-Z. I can be like Oprah Winfrey. Whole time in your mind, oh yeah, you gotta do some strange for a little change too. You gotta prove yourself. You might have to sacrifice somebody. So what it does, it turns people against God. Because I've been praying, I've been working hard, and I still ain't got there. That's an abomination. God hate that. Nah, just come out and tell what you really be doing. Tell the world how freaky you is. Tell the world how nasty you are. Tell the world how you got to lie to keep your job. How you got to spin the narrative on your people. Because if you tell the truth, you're going to get fired. If you just be a little bit too black on your job, you're going to get fired. Nah, you don't want to do that. So you rather lie. You got to highly watch podcasts because all you do is praise Master. You know these people control views, right? These people can make you a celebrity literally overnight. Proverbs 11:1.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight.
Right. You having respect to persons and you lying, you being mischief, you wrest judgment. You're doing all these different type of evil things, but making it appear to look like you righteous, or making it appear to look like the system is on an even playing field. You're lying. You know it's not. Read.
Verse 2. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly is wisdom.
Right, and you got pride on you because you won't admit the truth. Because in order to do that, you got to tell what you done. You got to expose the lie. But you won't do that. But it's going to come shame because the Most High going to expose all y'all people, all y'all talking heads, that all you do is just continually expose the dirt and the lies of your people. And you just continue to uphold the white man in high regard. The Most High going to expose all of you. Read.
Verse 3. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them.
And all you see is our people trusting in that perverseness. The American way. Fake it till you make it. Deuteronomy 27 and 25.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27 and verse 25. Cursed be he that taketh reward to slay an innocent person.
Cursed be he that taketh reward to slay an innocent person. This happened a lot with our people. Assassinating somebody's character. You getting people fired. And literally, you take a reward to harm your brother. How Christ died? Who turned on Christ? Judas. What'd he do it for? 30 pieces of silver. Read.
Cursed be he that taketh reward to slay an innocent person. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed be he that confirmeth not all the words of this law to do them. And all the people shall say, Amen.
So if you don't confirm, if you don't want to do the words of God, you still going to be cursed because you don't have a choice. The only option we have as Israelites is to do thus saith the Lord. You don't have a choice. Job 9:24. Tell you in Revelation 12 and 9, this man deceived the whole world. You don't think you deceived? You think you above the deception. Nah, the deception's so subtle. The Lord got to expose these lies to you. The Lord got to show you through his word and through revealing who you are, your identity. That's the only way you're going to be able to see through the lies. Other than that, you hear a lot of people say, oh, I see the lies. But you still following it.
The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. We see the wicked ruling to this day right now, Read.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
This is why you don't know who you are. This is why you trust in oppression. This is why you trust in lies. So, and you don't hold this man accountable for nothing that he doing? Brandon Tatum, boy, man, hey. Well, you need a whooping. You don't hold this man accountable for nothing he doing wrong. You just keep saying, well, if your people worked harder, but look at the condition they've been placed in. I can't put a frog in the boiling water and tell the frog, well, if you would have jumped high enough, you would have got out. And now I make the pot 12 feet tall. A frog only can jump 10 feet. Well, if the frog would have tried all this, the frog must wanted to die. He ain't jump out. This is how we're done. You put us in undesirable conditions, and if one frog make it out, you see he made it out. Why the rest of y'all can't do it? You're literally proving our point that it's systematic. You're literally proving our point. The scripture tells us the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. and he covered the faces of the judges thereof. The reason why you don't know you're supposed to be ruling, the reason why you don't know your people once ruled, the reason why you don't know God gave you a system, a creed, a commandments, a heritage for you to follow is because the wicked people that's ruling and you following after them wholeheartedly. And to the point so much you turn on your own people and perpetuate his lies and hold his standard on high. Play the next video. How many left? Like
So I was trying to remember which one was the last one we just played.
Oh, it was the one with was it Smackwater?
Yeah, okay. So it's like 6 left.
All right.
1.
Hey, how you?
Hi. So I'd like to talk.
One.
Hey, how you?
Hi. So I'd like to talk about Trump and the Republicans, not specifically on Trump, but focusing upon the history of the Republican Party because he's just the latest iteration of that. Okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
So the Republican Party has a proven track record of giving platforms to sellouts who promote a message that harms black people.
Who
And
is
I'll
that?
give you an
Who is the
example.
sellout that you give me an example?
Well, there are actually quite a few, but I'll start with the
Well, hold on,
earliest
let's start with this
example.
premise. The first black legislators.
He want the dude to make it personal. He want him to say him. He said the Republican Party are known for giving black people platforms to sell out their own people. He said, well, who to sell out? He want him to say him. He lucky he better not never say that to an Israelite because they're going to say you the sellout. You the one they gave a platform. Boy, you came out of nowhere. Where your work set in the community? They gave you a platform. The same way them sisters, when Trump first was running for president, they're up there with the blonde hair trying to hug him, crying all over Trump. Oh, Trump. They gave them sisters a platform. Play? It's not nothing new. It's the same play over and over.
Right.
The first black people in Congress, House of Representatives, were all Republicans.
Right. So let me explain that to you.
Is that a fact pattern?
Right. Yes. So basically what happened is the last of the radical Republicans, which was a segment of the Republican Party that passed the 14th Amendment, all of the amendments that gave black people the right to vote and ensured that slaves would not be disenfranchised. He died in August 11th.
No. Black people, Republicans unanimously voted.
He died in 1860.
They butt kicked in the argument because they start cutting you off. No. He like, nah, let me finish. But it's still our people arguing about politics as if we should partake in them. Now leave them the hell alone. Somebody came up with a black person came up with it, but when he died, that's when the disenfranchised started happening. But you should have never been partaking in it anyway. It was never for you. Play.
When the 14th Amendment was passed,
the
and then
Republicans
guess what?
as a whole
voted
unanimously. The Democrats did not.
Right, but guess what? After the radical Republican faction left Congress,
radical Republican. That's the
they were a historic. No. That's a title. They were historic.
Who was the radical Republican faction?
They were a segment of the Republican Party.
Who? Name one.
Thaddeus Stevens. He's an example. They are the ones who created the Freedmen's Bureau, which was designed to assimilate ex-slaves into the national citizenry. After they left, the Republican Party constructed an oligarchy, which we called the Gilded Age, and in which we saw the fate of black people decline. Black home ownership decline. Black voting decline.
I hope they fact check you on this.
All of that.
The Republicans unanimously voted.
Now you got a fact check. You never. Why play a part of their system? Why even buy it? Why even do it? Because you seek validation.
Explain that. Explain that to me.
I got you. Do you know?
I don't agree with you.
Do you know the black maternal mortality rate in the United States of America?
I don't know it, but I do know this: that black people have a disproportionate effect in that area.
Yeah, it's 50.3 versus the white.
But that's not necessarily discrimination and disparities are different. That's not necessarily meaning that somehow the medical.
when most of the doctors are white. It's a lady just went to on what she's supposed to be going on trial soon in Virginia, because she was it was proven that she was breaking black baby legs. This is just one case that we know about. Play.
System is intentionally
It's
discriminating
literally
against black
medical
people.
racism. You got to let me finish. You got to let me finish. 14.5 when it comes to the white maternity mortality rate. Do you know what the infant mortality rate is?
I do not know that offhand.
Yeah, the infant mortality rate is 10.8 versus white 4.5. There was a study that was completed that showed that when it comes to white babies, no matter who they're treated by, whatever race their doctors is, whoever they're treated by, they have the same possibility to life versus anyone else. Black babies, literally, the survival rate for black babies drop unless it's a black doctor taking care of the baby. Everyone else.
I heard this several times. I heard this several times from black mothers. It got to the point where it's so bad that black mothers only want black doctors for their babies because they heard so many horror stories of happening to other black babies dealing with these other doctors, giving them the wrong medicine, diagnosing them wrong. All different type of stuff that come with newborns. And you ain't telling me this systematic racism? And you sitting up here caping for these people, and he literally showing you the facts, showing you. Oh, I don't think it's systematic medical racism. I don't think it's medical oppression. What is it? Here's the evidence. Here's the result. Next video.
Well, first of all, the longer you go into a role, the more true that role becomes to you.
He's stuck.
So I don't know that he started off actually admiring them, but he's been playing this role. I mean, let's be honest. Officer Tatum is a character. And the reason I know it's a character, because Officer Tatum is a job. That's a job he once had. He has lost that job, but he is continuing the character. Why? Because there's a lot of benefit and financial gain for him to do so. Like if he were a cab driver and got fired, you wouldn't call him, hey, cab driver Tatum, years later, right? Like he's holding on to the character because there's some incentive for him to do this. But this goes all the way back to slave mentality. It goes all the way back to what we used to refer to as house Negroes. House Negroes they live a more comfortable life. Like they're in the actual house with the master. They get access to better food, better clothing, better treatment. So when a field Negro is like, man, I hate living here, they've been playing that role for so long as a survival instinct that they're going to say stuff to me like, why? It's great here. Why are you making waves? That is exactly what this guy is doing. This shtick that he created got him connected to Turning Point USA and Charlie Clerk, where he learned how to access the conservative world and how to speak to them, how to get their feedback. This is much more about them admiring him than it is about him admiring them. And he learned how to speak to them while working for Charlie Kirk. But just to give you an idea of how you don't even realize or even care when you're being slapped in the face. When Charlie Kirk was assassinated, murdered, which my heart goes out, I don't want anybody to be violently removed. But when Charlie Kirk was murdered, this man went online and was crying on podcasts about how a great man had just been murdered and he's going to miss his friend Charlie Kirk. And they did not invite him to the funeral. So like he's playing a role, not even
you crying over Kirk and you ain't even get invited to the funeral, ninja. Come on, bro.
Caring how they're treating him because he's not interested in whether or not he admires them. He's interested in whether or not that audience admires him, and he has figured out how to turn that character into a large platform with a lot of money.
So it boils down to Brand.
He playing a character. Ecclesiastes 37 and verse 4. A couple more scripts and we through. We're gonna play a video next that literally the white man, literally a white man called him out. It's sad, man. It's sad, bro. People wonder why we go so hard for this truth. When you see what we really up against. Because you got people that look at Brandon Tatum and just think the world of him.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
There is a companion which rejoiceth in the prosperity of a friend, but in the time of trouble will be against him.
Is that really a friend? That's somebody that's a what? Opportunist. He don't love his people. He don't care about his people. He's an opportunist. Sell you out at the drop of a dime. Read.
There is a companion which helpeth his friend for the belly, and taketh up the buckler against the enemy.
Right, so he helping his friend for his cause, not because of his friend, not because he love him. He doing it to help himself. Not because it's the right thing to do. Read.
Forget not thy friend in thy mind, and be not unmindful of him in thy riches.
Right, so you come up, and somebody been there for you when you ain't have nothing, they looked out for you. Do right by that friend. Don't sell them out. Don't sell out your people. Read.
Every counselor extolleth a counsel, but there is some that counseleth for himself.
It's some people that's out here, they counsel for themselves. The information that they give is to hear themselves talk. It's their thoughts. Read. They have a secret or hidden agenda. Read.
Verse 8. Beware of a counselor, and know before what need he hath. For he will counsel for himself, lest he cast a lot upon thee, and say unto thee, thy way is good. And afterward he stand on the other side to see what shall befall thee.
Right. Listen to what I'm telling you. Hey, trust me. And when it fall, he gonna stand on the other side and be like, oh, I wasn't never doing that. Oh, I ain't never say that. Oh, I wasn't never really with that. Oh, I was just talking. Oh, that was a character. Oh, y'all believed everything I said? Read.
Consult not with one that suspecteth thee, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee.
Right. Consult not with one that suspected thee, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee. Man, like the scripture say, don't let the right hand know what the left hand. Don't let everybody know your business. You can't build with everybody. Everybody brown skin ain't kinsmen. What do you say? Just because they skin folk don't mean they kinfolk. Some of these people love their oppressor. And some of these people will sell their people out to reach the American dream. Jeremiah 5 and verse... let me see. Let me go straight to the point. 26.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 5 and verse 26. For among my people are found wicked men.
The Lord said, for among my people are found wicked men. Everybody that, it's some people that know the stuff we've been through, understand the history we've been through, and they still gonna side with the oppressor. The Lord said, among my people are found wicked men. Read.
They lay wait.
They lay wait. They wait for their opportunity. Like we just read in Ecclesiasticus 37, they wait for their opportunity. They counsel, they consult, they lay wait for opportunity. Read.
As he that setteth snares.
They set of snares, it's traps. It's only for their gain, for their benefit. Read.
They set a trap. They catch men.
They catch a man with lies, with deceit.
Verse 20.
That's it.
Okay.
A lot of our people getting caught up with these politicians and these slick talkers. Next video.
Charlie Kirk said black men like you were better off during slavery. Do you agree with him?
Now listen, 100%. You don't understand black history, and you don't.
Charlie Kirk said black men like you were better off during slavery. Do you agree with him?
Now listen, 100%. You don't understand black history and you don't understand what Charlie was saying. Listen, after slavery, there was an explosion of success in the black community. We had Black Wall Street. We were.
You know why it was an explosion of black success? Because it wasn't none before, because you was in slavery. It was zero success because you was slaves. So it should have been an explosion. I don't give a damn if it was 5 people. That's an explosion. It's like if you start a YouTube page and you got 0 subscribers, and you go to sleep, you put out a video and you go to sleep and wake up and you got 12 subscribers. Is that a lot? No, not in the grand scheme of things, but it's an explosion or an influx because before you had 0. Like, do you listen to the stuff you be saying? It was an explosion. Like, all of a sudden, black people were just hella successful. Brother, we were slaves the day before. Play.
Married to the women we had children with. Black people had a tremendous amount of success. Our success was growing faster than white people.
Goalposts, brother. It was married slaves. How we know? That's where you get jumping the broom from. It tell you in the scripture that a master will come lay with our wives. Brothers was marrying a woman that they was married while they were slaves. That ain't nothing new. And you talking, you don't understand what Charlie Kirk was saying, man. Shut up. You don't know. You don't. The joke on you. Play.
During that period of time. Now look at us.
Yeah, now look at you. All the progress people of color have made over the last few decades, and you're over here doing your best to set them back. Officer Tatum, what a pathetic bootlicker you are. I'm sure we're going to see plenty of memes in the comments of what you really are. Charlie Kirk said black men were better off during slavery, and you agreed. Well, why don't you agree to be a slave right now for 1 week? Be someone's slave if it's so much better. He said after slavery, there was an explosion of success in the black community. Yeah, you're right. Keywords. After slavery, not during slavery. Moron. Black people who worked hard for themselves were able to accomplish a lot rather than working hard for someone else. You said the success of black people was growing faster than white people, and you brought up Black Wall Street. Yeah, you're right. Now, can you please tell us, Uncle Ruckus, what happened to Black Wall Street? Does the Tulsa Massacre ring a bell? The people you defend burned down Black Wall Street. There were so many successful black towns that were torn apart by the same people that you're working for. Does this look familiar? This is Lake Lanier in Georgia, and it used to be a successful black community. They were drowned out, again, by the people that you support. Officer Tatum, you could be the biggest sellout in the whole country. What a sorry-ass excuse for a man. For a racist white person to say this shit is just evil. And with a person of color saying the shit that you're saying, holy shit. I think you just clearly proved that Charlie Kirk was a racist and white supremacist.
Master got to put you in your place because he's just, I can't. You think white people get on TV and say that? You think white people get on TV and say that? I agree with Brother Knob. Brother Knob said the Jewish Holocaust was the greatest thing that ever happened to white people, and the white person said, I agree with him. They'll never do that, never. But you want to be accepted so bad, you'll do it. Madness. Pure madness. 2 Maccabees chapter 4. We're going to land here. Goodness gracious. Started. Start at verse 5.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 4 and verse 5. He went to the king, not to be an accuser of his countrymen, but seeking the good of all, both public and private. For he saw that it was impossible that the state should continue quiet, and Simon leave his folly, unless the king did look thereunto. But after the death of Seleucus. And when
Antiochus.
Names. When Antiochus called Epiphanes, took the kingdom, Jason, the brother of Onias, labored underhand to be high priest.
Right, so you got a lot of, even back then, you got Israelites that want to be accepted. This is during the time of the Greeks. You got Israelites that want to be accepted by these people so bad that he started to underline or underhand his own people, his own nation. Read.
Verse 8. Promising unto the king by intercession 360 talents of silver, and of another revenue 80 talents.
Right, he wanted to start giving this man the revenue of his own people. He trying to buy a slot. Read.
Besides this, he promised to assign 150 more, if he might have license to set him up a place for exercise.
Right, if you grant me this, I'll give you this. Pulling all people away from their duties and make them start worrying about what? The Greekish customs, the Greekish fasting. All the time, it's not about money. It's how many people you can persuade to give you a vote to put you in office, and how many people you can persuade to sign a document, how many people that you can persuade to get them to give you a tax break. Selling out your own people like we did a couple classes ago. Dude said, I'm going to give him $100,000. He going to give me the deeds to all these people on the land. The people going to give me $500,000. And before he realized, he going to be done sold his people out. And this property going to make us $10 million. And they gave him 10% of it. Read.
If he might have license to set him up a place for exercise, and for the training up of youth in the fashions of the heathen, and to write them of Jerusalem by the name of Antiochus.
You see what? It's the same thing today. They attack the youth. The youth don't even care about being righteous no more. Our youth don't even care about being in the eyes of their forefathers righteous. No, they want to be after the American way, the Greekish fashion. And they don't even want to be called Israelites no more. Now that thing, people use that, oh, y'all Israelites. All people rather be called Americans. The same way then, they ain't want to be named after Jerusalem. They want Antiochus. Just like you read in the New Testament at Antioch. That's what Antiochus is. It's Antioch. Read.
Verse 10. Which when the king had granted, and he had gotten into his hand the rule.
Oh, this sounds good to me. I grant your wish.
He forthwith brought his own nation to the Greekish fashion.
He sold out his own people to the Greekish fashion. This is why you want to hop around like a dog. This is why you want to throw your shoulders. This is why you want to shimmy and shake your behind. This is why you yelling ski-wee and ooh-woo. Because you want to be like the Greeks. We just going to bust it down the middle. We going to call it what it is. You've been brainwashed. You've been sold out to the point where you think these customs are natural. No, it's not. The only delta you should worry about being is the one that land. That's the only one that's important. Is it plain land, right? It got gas in it. Other than that, you shouldn't be worried about it. But all people put these sororities and these fraternities over their own people. Sell out their own people. I've seen several people in college tell me firsthand, man, I'm only joining this so when I graduate, I can have some connects. Showing you all people trust in this system. They want the best leg they can get up in this systematic system that's against them to have their best career. Our people don't trust God. They don't even know God. Read.
Verse 11. And the royal privileges granted of special favor to the Jews by the means of John the father of Eupolemus, who went ambassador to Rome for amity and aid, he took away. And putting down the governments which were according to the law, he brought up new customs against the law.
Following new customs like we doing today. This stuff is new customs, not the custom of our fathers. Read.
Verse 12. For he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself, and brought the chief young men under his subjection.
Right. They brought the young men. Now, they don't even care about being preached no more. They care about the Olympics because this is what's going on. The Olympics old, man. They used to do that stuff naked. That's why every year ESPN do the naked cover shoot. And they got people throwing discus, and they got somebody standing up there with a football butt naked. Somebody standing up there with a boxing, volleyball and boxing gloves. All kind of madness, man. These people lewd as hell. Read.
And made them wear a hat.
And they made them wear a hat. Read.
Verse 13. Now such was the height of Greek fashions, and increase of heathenish manners, through the exceeding profaneness of Jason.
Right, through the exceeding profaneness. He just, every chance he get, he kept selling out his people more and more and more for his glory, for what he wanted. Like we just read in Ecclesiasticus 37. He counseled and did these things for himself, for his gain. He kept selling out his people so he can reach a high priest. Read.
Through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch, and no high priest.
That ungodly wretch. And no high priest. He ain't doing the Lord work. But you want to call yourself a high priest. Read.
That the priest had no courage to serve anymore at the altar.
All people don't want to follow God no more. They want to be in the NFL. They want to be a basketball player. They want to be a rapper. They want to be everything, abominable thing, but what God say we should be. Read.
But despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices, hasten to be partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise, after the game of discus called them forth, not setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
Like today, they like the glory of the Americans best of all. Like that man said in that video, yeah, the things that don't matter, America excel in. Got you thinking you can make a whole bunch of money, but that's only to a handful of people. But they sell you a dream. That's our people today. We don't want to search after the things of our fathers. We don't want to have the mentality of our fathers, the work ethic of our fathers. We don't want to call bull crap out when we see it like our fathers. No, we want the American dream. And for God say you having this mindset, you become an ungodly wretch, like Jason. John chapter 6 and verse 66.
The book of St. John, chapter 6 and verse 66. From that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him. They said, Jesus unto the 12, will ye also go away? Then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? Thou hast the words of eternal life, and we believe and are sure that thou art that Christ, the Son of the living God.
And we believe and we are sure that thou art that Christ, the Son of the living God. Thou art that anointed one. All praise to the Most High for allowing us to teach his word in spirit and in truth. Pray you was able to get some out of the class. I pray if you didn't catch it live that you on the rewatch that you do some soul searching. And I pray that any questions that you have been asking in your mind, that you start to see that God's chosen people should leave this system behind. I pray that if you are a sellout, that you become an ex-sellout and stop cooning and caping for this place and return to your rightful mind as God's chosen people, you so-called blacks and Hispanics who've been scattered throughout the four corners of earth. You are indeed God's chosen people. If you would like to donate, our Cash App is in the description of the class. All your proceeds go towards helping us push this truth. Show them what we got tomorrow, nephew. Tomorrow night, we will be keeping the new moon. All praise to the Most High. We'll be keeping the new moon. We're going to be eating good. I know them sisters doing something. They throwing down. All I know, I put my order in a couple weeks ago. I just want some banana pudding. But I'm eating everything on the menu. Yes, Lord. Tomorrow night, 8/12, Wednesday night, that's the right month, right? No, my bad. 9/10, excuse me. It's 8/12. Okay, yeah, my bad. Yeah, we in August. Whew, boy. Yeah, 8/12/2026. Wednesday night, we are bringing in the new moon. There will be a class going forward. We're going to righteously celebrate among one another. All praise to the Most High. Life lasts. that we get to and bask in the joy of the Lord, that we get to thank our Father for waking us up in these last days and putting us back in our right mind frame, that we may serve him with the breath and the time we have left on this earth. Again, continue to send up prayers for one another. We all in need. Send up prayers for your brothers and your sisters. You never know what they might be going through. Thank you all for tuning in. Love you all. Shalom, Most High, Christ bless. Good night.
Cry it loud. Don't hold back. Let it ring out loud. We was blind, but now we see through the cloud, through the pain, through the fire, through the trial. We found that the word still calling when the world get loud. This the way. Don't turn left, don't turn right, don't turn right. Hear the voice in the dark, yeah, it's God in the light. Even through adversity, we still stand and fight. Cause the foolish preaching bring the dead to life. Lift it up like a trumpet, no silence in me. If I see sin rise, I'ma speak what I see. They don't wanna hear it, they rather be free. But freedom without truth is captivity. World wisdom got them thinking they know the way, but they lost in the dark, yeah, they led astray. God chose what they call foolish just to save. So I preach even if they don't behave. Show Jacob they sins, no sugar, no glaze. This ain't hate, this correction, these righteous ways. Yeah, cut, yeah, sting, yeah, shake your face. But that pain turn us into better days. Bread of adversity, water of affliction. Still he teaching through the pain. That's conviction. You thought he left? No, oh, oh. Your eyes are waking up. Cry aloud. Don't hold back, let it ring out loud. We was blind, but now we see through the